Okay, so um, Faith sent me a list of questions to go over for the party, so I'll just go about those. Number one, who said "I love you" first and how? I think it's a pretty funny story, but it was definitely Tira, and she had like kind of mumbled it. Um, she kind of mumbled it, and I didn't really hear her, and so I kind of like hesitantly responded, like, "Oh, I love you too." And I think that like she wasn't very confident in my answer, and so she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna say it again." And ultimately, she did say it again 2 months later. So yeah, then we were able to fully hear one another, and then we're on the right track from there. So no concerns there. But okay, number two, how did the first date go? First date went well. We went to Chick-fil-A at the Union, classic spot, and yeah, I mean, we just kind of learned a little bit more about one another. It was like a pure introductory, like first date, because we had not known each other. We'd never talked to each other before then. Like we literally had not even texted one another before, so it was pretty. I don't know. It was pretty much like an introductory thing. So Tira was a good listener and a good talker. I know she always describes me like that. So um, yeah. But number three, what is Tira's best quality? Mm, I think she's like super thoughtful and empathetic, and she's able to place herself in kind of the shoes of those around her and kind of anticipate what they might be thinking or what they might be feeling. And so, yeah, I think that's probably her best quality. She has many best qualities, but that's the first one that comes to mind. Um, what reality show could you each go on and win? I don't really know that you win reality shows, do you? I think I like that I'm out of the loop on reality shows, but I don't really think that you win the reality shows. So I think like Peyton has that like selling or whatever selling degeneracy show that she likes to watch, and so I don't think anyone really wins in that show from what I've seen. But yeah, I think Tara would probably do really well in like a Price is Right show. Um, Definitely like if it was like clearance items at like Erie or something like that. So yeah, I think that's probably what she would do really well on. But I don't know. For me, I like Price is Right for something I'm interested in as well. So yeah, I'm sure those shows exist as well. Um, what is your favorite memory of you two? I really like our time in Boca. I think Boca was pretty fun. Just seeing all the squad that was there. You know, Shelly and Jim that were like 65, and then you had Dan and Laura, and they were like 40, and then you had Pat and Lauren. They were like in their 30s, but and here comes Tira and I, like the young couple of the group. But that was really fun. You know, we were doing like water water slide races and like just eating good food, and like everything was just kind of a show. Um, so I really liked that. Boca was awesome. We had a lot of fun in Boca. But okay, how/when did you realize that Tira was the one? I don't really think there was like a time that I realized that Tira was the one, and I don't know. It was probably just after like we had been long distance for a little while, and she and I had just kind of shown that we were committed to one another, and just kind of invested in the relationship. Um, so I think that was probably a good moment of being like realizing that she was the one. But okay, number seven. What does Tira like to eat for breakfast? Um, she really likes Swedish pancakes. Like she doesn't have them super often, but she really likes Swedish pancakes. So I think that's probably her favorite. Um, what is your favorite thing to do together? Number eight. I think we really adopted like water parks and things like that. She likes a lot of water themed stuff, whether it be like going in our boat, or going to like a waterfall in Wisconsin, or going to like the Edina pool, or the pool in Nebraska, the Mahoney place. So yeah, I'd probably say water parks and water-esque things. What part of the wedding day is Tira most excited about? Hopefully the ceremony. Haha. um, but yeah, I think probably just the kind of culmination of all the work and effort that she's put in coming together, and just kind of seeing all that realized, and obviously seeing everyone come together that she knows that to support her and us. I think that will be really rewarding for her. So probably just seeing those things as well. Number 10, what's a phrase or saying Tira says a lot? I don't know. She kind of like cycles through her phrases and stuff pretty consistently, so there's not like any particular ones that stick. I think her just labeling things like toxic and non-toxic, I don't know if that's really a phrase or saying, but I think that's definitely stuck. I know she also does, if I say like something outlandish to get a rise out of her, she'll say like, what? Like super high inflection on her what. So that's something she says pretty consistently too. But yeah. Okay, what's number 11? What's something you've learned from Tira? And she always says I'm super patient, so I don't particularly think of myself as super patient, but maybe I've learned that and haven't noticed it yet, so I'll go with that for number 11. Number 12, what is Tira most likely to purchase at any moment? Definitely clothes, right? She'll always I always describe her in like kind of a hunting gathering mindset, that she'll like run to the back of the clearance rack and just kind of like pick over every single item that's back there, at all the stores that we typically go to on our, whether we're going to like the Mall of America or something and doing our loop. She'll just knows right where to go, and like, I don't know, she always kind of finds something that she's been looking for, so I'd say clothes. 13, what are you most looking forward to with married life with Tira? I think like kind of the consistency just in life will be nice, and with Tira, and just knowing like, obviously we've been in these stages where we've kind of been changing a lot, whether it be like school and work, or being like where you live. I think those things have kind of changed pretty consistently, especially for me. So I think it'll be exciting for us to kind of settle down and just kind of have a consistent routine life. So I think that'll be fun. But okay, that is all of them. So hopefully you enjoyed my answers, and hopefully Tira did relatively well and matched the answers too. So yeah, all right, I'll catch you later.